What is going on, guys? Eric or Aviator back here once again today, bringing you episode number 2 in the Let's Fly series. Now this, my friends, is apparently going to take me back to the same thing again. Really? No. Come on now. I don't want to do the same thing again. I've already done this once. Dagnabbit. I guess I have not logged in correctly or some such shenanigans. But for whatever reason, I have to do this again. So we'll go ahead and make the best use of this. So as you guys can see here, we're playing this Microsoft Flight game. This is episode number 2. And as you guys saw before, we did a pretty good episode with that. And you guys had some questions for me about how I actually fly in real life. And I wanted to address some of those for you. Basically, it's an interesting system. You know, flying in real life is definitely different than flying in a video game. And I would say I'm probably much better at it than I am at flying in video games, simply because, well, I've done a lot more of it. Because, you know, although I have flown quite a few simulator hours, nothing like the number of hours I've flown real airplanes. So one of the questions I got in the last video was, how many hours have I flown real airplanes? Real airplanes, I have flown right now around 1,400 hours in real airplanes. Everything from ultralights to just about anything else. I've flown a ton of different things over the years. 84 different types of airplanes now, which is pretty cool, including me a test pilot for a lot of other kind of unique aircraft, everything from little ultralights and stuff that people had never flown before, people that had built in their garage. And I had a lot of fun putting those together and putting together those test flights and learning how to, you know, test things out and make sure that they'd be safe for pilots who had less experience to fly. And it was kind of my life. It was what I did for a long time. So with that in mind, this is obviously a kind of a different world. And I gotta say, like, it's kind of a cool one. I like this world. I think it's a neat world. And now that I'm able to fly both real airplanes and simulators and everything else I'm doing, it's a lot of fun. So if you guys have ever been interested in flying yourself, then you know, definitely something you should look into in the future. It's expensive to get started nowadays. I'm probably going to have to do an episode on how I recommend people to kind of get started the right manner, you know, the easiest, safest manner, etc. So there's a couple things I definitely do recommend that will help you out a lot. One of those is going to be to, you know, maybe I'll save it for another episode. Regardless, we have to do these same daggum challenges again. I don't know why I saved them, but apparently we gotta do them all over again, so that's okay. We're gonna fly out here and do a quick flyby on this this boat and get back into the next lessons, because we have some things to do in this game. So before I give you guys advice on what to do to learn to fly safely, etc., give me some thoughts. How many of you guys are interested in that? How many of you guys want to learn how to fly on the budget? I mean, how many of you are not on a budget? Obviously, some people out there just have crazy amounts of money. When I was getting going, I did not have crazy amounts of money. I worked my tail off to learn to fly as cheap as possible. And it was not exactly the easiest thing, I'll be honest with you. So I basically had to learn to fly over several years and finally get my solo wings before I got my driver's license. But it still wasn't the easiest way of doing things. So I want to encourage you guys on ways you can save money, do it affordably, etc. So with that in mind, let me know what your thoughts are. How many of you guys would be interested in that, etc. So let's see here. What else can I talk to you guys about that's valuable or informative? Oh, flight simulators. So there's a guy that I've been friends with on the YouTube's scene for quite a while. He's awesome. I'll have to link his link. Put his link in the description. His name is Spencer, and he is a really cool guy. So Spencer's awesome, and he is like an incredible. I don't even know how to explain it. He's an incredible flight simulator movie maker. He doesn't just do like flight sims. He actually makes movies about this. And he basically has been doing this for a long time. 340, we're going to turn this way right here. Sorry, guys. Got to remember exactly what I'm doing. Full power now. We're driving this puppy in. So, regardless, he has been doing these flight sim videos for many years, and he's very good at them. But the basic synopsis is that he saw my video here, and he's been trying to talk me into doing his flight sim stuff for a long time because he'd like to see me do it. Obviously, with my name being Aviator, he wants to see what I have to offer. And he saw my video, and he said, "Hey, I hate to break it to you, but Microsoft Flight sucks." Now, it doesn't really suck, but it sucks in comparison to basically any other flight simulator. It's pretty garbage. So with that in mind, I wanted to take his advice into consideration and see what I could do and see if any of you guys have experience with different flight sims, because I'm definitely open to switching things up and maybe going to a flight sim that's less garbage. So if you guys have any experience with different non-garbage stuff, you let me know, and I will be happy to... I gotta hit F12. Oh, it went away. There we go. I'll be happy to check those out. So, in the meantime, we're going to skip to waypoint here. What button do I do to hit that? What button do I hit? In. Yay! Skip to waypoint. All right. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on that stuff, guys, because again, this is something I don't have the experience with, but I would very much like to. And I may go ahead and get Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I've never used that one, really. I had 2004 was my last one. I had 2000 and then 2004, I think. Actually, I think it was just 2000 was my last one. Yeah, FS2X. It was a lot of fun to play because you could add your own airplane. So I actually got to fly the airplanes I was flying in real life quite a bit. And I gotta say, like, that makes the biggest difference in the world, because if you're able to fly and see the flight characteristics of your airplane, which, mind you, in this kind of a situation where I'm flying with a controller, it doesn't make quite that big of a difference. But when you're flying with, you know, a yoke or even with just a keyboard, you're learning to fly it very carefully, very deliberately, doing takeoffs and landings, etc. It is important, and it is very helpful. So that's it for me. That's kind of what I did, what I was where I was going with things. And if you guys have thoughts on the Flight Simulator X transition, let me know, because I'd love to be able to fly the airplanes that I fly in real life. And I'm really interested to see if there's anyone that's done a paramotoring version, like a foot takeoff and landing paramotoring model, because I've been paramotoring a lot lately, and I don't know, it's a new science to me. It flies so different than any airplane I've ever flown. I'll be talking a lot more about it on my main channel here soon, as I'm actually putting out a whole series of videos on paramotoring. But I'd love to know what your thoughts are on it, guys, because it's definitely something that's different to me. And, ooh, I might crash here. Yeah, I'm going to crash. Almost definitely. I was trying to do a quick loop there, but I really didn't have the speed for it, so alas. I pulled it off. That's pretty ridiculous. That should never have worked. Alright, we're going to go ahead and speed all the way down, raising that nose up, bring that speed down to 60 knots right here, and we're going to go ahead and drop the nose, bring this thing in right here. We got it at 64 knots. That's a very nice speed for landing indeed. As you guys can see there on that airspeed meter, there on the bottom left-hand side or so, see that right there centered right now, right there. That's our airspeed. The airspeed has 3 different colors, or 4 different colors really. It's got the black, that is the area where we cannot fly no matter what we do. It also has the green, which is where we're comfortably flying. And the bottom of the green is our stall speed, which is where we're going to touch down right about here. We're now on the water, and as you guys will see, we touch down beautifully. The top of that would be yellow. The yellow is the area where you're basically getting very close to your never exceed speed, and the never exceed speed is where the wings might fall off. So something you want to keep in mind, be careful of, or be cautious with, etc. It's definitely worth doing. So now that we've reflown this, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get some more missions in place here. Let's see what our next setup is. Let's see, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I'll go to the next ones here. I can't. All right, let's go. Oh, can't go there. I got the big island, I guess. Where am I? All right, here we go. So let's see here. Let's go. Fly a mission. Activities. Missions, please. Let's fly a mission. And then, as we're doing a mission, let's do something else. Cool. We've done the landing. We can't do the steerman. Oh, maybe we can now. Let's test it out. Let's see if we can do the steerman thing here. It looks like we're doing the steerman. Yay. All right. So, steerman is one of my favorite airplanes to fly in real life. It's a beautiful plane. It was built through the late 30s and into the 40s. It's a primary trainer, is what they're called. This is a PT-17, which is the Navy variant of the primary trainer. As you'll see there, it's got the Navy colors, it's all yellow, whereas the Army would have the blue fuselage. And these guys are great flying planes. You know, they fly like an old truck. You know, they're very comfortable, they're smooth, and I got to say, they roll beautifully, they loop beautifully. I love flying them, and they make the best noise in the world. Now, traditionally, they have a Continental 220 horsepower motor in the nose. There's a big round motor, big radial engine, they call it. All right, so let's see here. Add RB to run. Okay. Oh, sweet. Oh, this is exciting. I can free roam. Where else can I go? I can run around the field. This is wicked. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, silly gooses. Anganders? Alright, so we're in the airplane now. And, panel simple. That is true. But this is not... Oh, I don't want to bring up the checklist. Dadgummit. Q. Alright. One it is. What if I don't want to? Alright, let's just do this show on the road. Alright, I see what she's doing now.
Okay, ignition on.
Battery on. Starter push on.
Starter on. And
Isn't that a beautiful sound? It really is a beautiful sound. So we're going to look at this oil pressure here really quickly and take a quick look at what's going on with it. Hello, friend.
800 RPM. Oil pressure looks good.
Throttle back to 800 RPMs.
RPM. Alternator and radios on. Brakes released.
Checkpoint.
See over the nose when on the ground. You can look over the side to get a better view.
It's actually kind of a cool thing to note. When most of the time when you say, "Oh, that's not what I wanted to do yet."
Go easy on the brakes in a tail dragger like a steerman. The tail can come up and flip the plane, so stay aware of that during the takeoff and landing. Hey, we're in the grass.
Haha.
Can handle it, but try to stay on the taxiway.
Oh, it was bad.
Run through the before takeoff check.
That was bad. I'm not used to hitting the bumpers to bumpers to turn versus All right, so let me do this really quick. Let's see. Elevator trim set, full rich. There we go. It's kind of cool. You could actually learn to fly one of these in this view. You can actually learn to fly this pretty simply. You know, obviously not the feel, but like the walkthrough of how to start it up and whatnot. You could pretty much do that if you wanted to, just by doing this, which is kind of neat. It's different. It does not want to turn here. Yeah, it doesn't want to turn. I don't understand why it doesn't want to turn. Turn, darn you! I had full deflection on the rotor pedal. What I should have done there, with my brakes locked and I had full deflection, it should have lifted the tail or spun the tail around. Sadly, it didn't, so I'm going to have to restart the mission here. And oh no! I should have clicked load checkpoint. I'm an idiot. We got to go through that whole thing again. All right. However, let's see. Oh, I can't load a checkpoint either. All right, we'll have some more time to talk because it's going to do this thing slowly. Dadgummit, I'm a noob. We'll probably actually, yeah. So anyway. Flying next time, we'll talk about how to learn to fly in real life. We've talked about different motors in this airplane. And I wanted to mention to you guys that one of my favorite motors in the world on one of these airplanes is not the Continental 220, but the Jacobs 450. It's a big powerhouse of a motor, double the horsepower, more than double the horsepower of the traditional Continental. And I gotta tell you, it is freaking ridiculous. It is so fun to fly because instead of taking off and having like a nice lumbering climb out like an old truck accelerating, it takes off like a rocket ship. You just kind of point the nose straight up and there you are. And it's like, what's up? We're here to have some fun and we're gonna rock this thing. So that's basically the scenario. Is with a Jacobs 450 in the nose. It's not traditional, it's not original, but dear God, is it fun! And I definitely encourage you guys to check that stuff out because it is ridiculously fun to do. So. As we'll see here, we have all this different stuff. Let's go ahead and checklist. Please bring me through. Yay, go ahead. Blah, 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 blah. So checklist is getting things moving right now. And as we'll go ahead and see how this comes together, starting things off once again, we're going to go right back to the same checklist. She's going to do that. We'll go ahead and figure out something else to talk about. I think what I'd like to talk about is gaming in general and how I'm starting to have a lot more fun with it. Because as you guys know, I put out a commentary on my channel, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, saying gaming is dead. Now, to me, console gaming kind of is a little. It's not nearly as fun as it used to be, simply because a lot of the stuff that I used to do that was fun, but was a lot of fun in Black Ops and whatnot, Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, just hanging out with friends and whatnot, just isn't there anymore because, most of my friends on Xbox are YouTubers. And that's okay. It's nice to have YouTubers on board because, YouTubers are great people. They're entertaining to play with when we get together. But the problem is we are all forced to appear offline the majority of the time. Now, the problem with that is basically when we have, all have to appear offline, we don't get an opportunity to do very much. So, or to play very much rather. All right, we're gonna slow this thing down right now. Braking. Oh, brakes. I keep hitting the wrong things, guys. I'm sorry. I keep thinking that All right, I gotta brake again. I gotta brake again. I'm all the way over right now. And we're gonna, oh, can't speed it up. All right, elevator trim set, mixture control full rich. Prop, RPM high. Altimeter and airspeed check, they're both at 0. Altimeter is set where it should be at about 40 feet or so, because that's how high we are off the water. Altimeters are always set based upon your water altitude, not or how high you are above sea level, not how high you are in real life or like above the ground. And I'm gonna hit this tree again. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't turn around. Can't do it. See, I can't do it. Cannot turn around. That's so freaking frustrating. All right. All right, screw it. Let's just do this thing. Ready? No doubt, woman. Thanks for the warning. All right, so we're just going to take off, and we're going to fly over here to the runway. Oh, come on. I was going to go back and land on the runway. I thought that was clever, personally. I thought that would be pretty cool. Oh, well. All right, let's pull the power all the way back here and slow things down. All right, so what we'll do in the next episode is we're going to do our takeoff in this airplane because we have not done that yet, and that'll be a good idea. So we'll do our little takeoff run. We'll also do what we can to that helps, doesn't it, Eric? Yeah, that helps a lot, Eric. Nicely done. All right, so we're gonna do what we can to get some education for you guys on how to get things started, as far as you know the process of learning to fly, because I think that's something a lot of you guys might like. You have to let me know, but I feel like it might be good. In addition, we'll fly the heck out of the Stearman, and we'll have some fun with that, I think. So let me go ahead and pull this thing back up, and full left. Full left, full left. I don't want to accelerate too much again because guess what'll happen? I'll crash again like the giant noob I am. We've had to redo way too much in this game already. So guys, as always, I really do appreciate you watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I can turn this thing around in time. And it looks like I was able to this time. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, so as you guys can see, there's rudder pedals at the bottom. That's where my feet go, and I'm literally on top of those things. So we're almost up here to the runway. We'll go ahead and kick this thing over, and I will end the episode right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. It does mean the absolute world to me, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I'll look forward to spending more time with you in the near future, as always. And yeah, I'll look forward to talking to you guys later. See ya. Bye-bye.